We want back ends. Wipe my sins. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. Champion. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. Yeah. Wake up. The cake up. Raise up. Or make us do something we don't want to. Bite down on you. Right now on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you fraudulent. Waiting on the right for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it. Wear the right flag, they forfeiting it. Now I got a ring too gorgeous. Damn, I gotta treat it like forges. It sound like I wanna scratch it. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I think I see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Whip it, shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range if you block them all. Quarterback did an option and set it off. Duck goose linebacker coming through. Yeah, hit him with the spin of the Jew. Yeah, we gon' blow your block like a new. Yeah, and I spend a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset you.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. He didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Bridgewater on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Bridgewater now from the 50. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And a look now at the offense for New Orleans.
And running back Mark Ingram is coming into his own as a runner in the NFL. Over 1,000 yards each the last 2 seasons. And now he's teaming with Alvin Kamara in a backfield where both of them can run the football effectively and both of them can catch it out of the backfield as well.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled out there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
And I enjoy watching KK Short work inside as a defensive tackle. 24.5 sacks from that spot over the last 3 seasons. That puts him in the company of guys like Geno Atkins, Aaron Donald, Fletcher Cox. When you want an inside pass rusher, think about KK Short.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And Gibbs got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The 13 yards that time and a first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 9 carries, 69 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And Thomas has it. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now Bridgewater. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Teddy Bridgewater. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Now a first down throw for Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And some room to work. C.J. Anderson. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. C.J. Anderson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Gano now to add the extra point. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gano out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. And Josh Hill has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First down, Bridgewater. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action now. Bridgewater. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Panthers will get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. Newton now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. but they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game, and you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 14-7 is the score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Come on now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Third and 2, Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. His feet, what he's been able to do individually running the ball, it's kind of kept him in this game.
No doubt about it, because if he's not making the plays that we've seen, they are really getting blown out in this one. I don't think they have any chance at all. He's keeping them in striking distance, hoping to get some help from the defensive side of the ball so that maybe some of these plays can turn into plays that maybe put them in the lead.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
second down throw for Bridgewater. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. There's Bridgewater. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now 9 of 17 through the air. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And that score and the point after will knock this ball game up.
And when you're playing from behind, all you want to do is get back to even and, in a sense, start over again. That's exactly what they were able to accomplish.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Bridgewater on 1st down. Drops this up to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They get 9 yards there, and they get a 1st down. And again, it's Bridgewater. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on 1st. To the air again with Bridgewater. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Bridgewater again. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get out one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. Going for the deep ball. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Cameron Meredith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have moved out in front.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter.
You got him. Got him, he 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 got him,
Wants
he
to
got him,
try to
he got
end
him,
the
he
PAT.
got him.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. A 10-play drive that time. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
It all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Ay, ay, ay. This has been a wild-ass motherfucking game. Bridgewater should be more familiar with the playbook by now. But I can tell. See, that's why the play art is not always available to come up. This was not Drew Brees on the field. Drew Brees, you are allowed to pull that play art up at will.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
To not only pull it up at will, you can keep it up for as long as you want.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half. He'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. All right, Greg Olsen getting ready to trot out there for another drive. He's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season, but you read the local paper this morning. There was no talk of that mark. They interviewed him, and he wasn't talking about 1,000 yards. The old cliche focused on this game. If he has a big one, he might be able to get the win and the 1,000 yards.
Seems like he just wants to let it come to him, right, as opposed to trying to force it. That's probably the right idea and the right attitude. So, game situation, play calling will dictate things. Now, how does he get there once he tries to get hot? Formations, route running, trying to get mismatches for him, different types of routes he will run downfield, short, medium, long. All those things will come into play as he tries to get to that magical number.
Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
He's not greased up.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And Olsen over the middle. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Playing an NFL game in real time against a really good defense. He's playing really well.
On 1st and 10, Newton. On the catch, it's Jerry
Teddy
Slade.
Bridgewater can
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
He's playing through it, but what's making Teddy sweat?
Now Newton on
The
first
pressure of
down.
playing that behind Drew Brees. It's another
That'll
thing.
be incomplete
It's one
with
thing
9 seconds
to
now
line up in the
showing
center.
on the clock. Greg Olsen
Go
was
out
the
there
intended
and
target,
all of those
and that'll bring up second
and
down.
Go up against those other professionals in the, right there, Carolina. The heat they're bringing.
An incomplete pass on first
That's
down.
one
That
thing.
leads to a 2nd and 10.
But it's a whole nother thing added to that. But it's a whole nother thing to line up at the center directly
throw
after
again.
Drew Brees just
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey.
We're
And he'll
talking
get it down here to
one
the
of the best
43.
quarterbacks in
So we've
NFL.
come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in
What
our
is
EA
Teddy's
Sports
mindset? He has-
halftime
it's
report.
this
Take it
night.
away,
Can he
Coach.
fill the
All
role?
right,
He
Brandon,
has
thank
no
you as
choice
always.
right now.
Welcome into our final
He must
regular
fill that
season
spot
edition
in the best
of our
way he
halftime
can.
report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you
Drew Brees.
around the NFL one
We will
final
not see
time.
Drew Brees again this year unless the Saints can make it to the Super Bowl. That's crazy. His injury will line up directly into the Super Bowl if everything goes well. He could not even be able to make it to the Super Bowl.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless.
Then
They
he would
play in the
also be
second
a
quarter.
quarterback coming off an injury instead of being
In our
Drew
game,
Brees
it's
playing
Teddy
through
Bridgewater
games,
with a
getting better
standout first
with
half.
games.
He's thrown for over
I
200
think it'll
yards
throw Brees
already,
off a bit. I
and his
think
guys
Brees
have
will
the
need a game
lead as well.
We need
As we
a
get you
good
back
full
to
game
Brandon
to
Gott.
be ready for a Super Bowl game. He would not have that luxury if the Saints can even make it to the Super Bowl. The clock is about to turn over. That's
Okay,
a
Coach,
2019.
appreciate it. A 1.
And the number 9 is symbolic to the New Orleans Saints for 2009. It's halftime here. That's why we jumped in on the mic. I could not believe. We could believe it. We just ain't seen Cameron do it much this year. But it was nice. Because Teddy, you guys may not know it, but Teddy really wanted to throw it. He ran one, you know. Wasn't that satisfying as you may think. He was glad for the team, but Teddy really wanted to throw a touchdown today in the end zone. He really wanted to take that football, and in his mind, it was $1 million in his hand. He just wanted to give that $1 million to one of his receivers. He wanted to share that wealth. He just desired a touchdown really bad. He couldn't get it. Look at this. You know, the game moves fast. Quarterback has to be the quickest thinker on the field. Teddy's thinking throw right here. We see what he's looking at. You know what Teddy's thinking? It's not that he's underestimating his opponent. Teddy's just betting on himself right here. He's like, look, I can swing in. I can get this in there before he can get it. Teddy's betting on himself right here. That's what he did. Teddy betted on himself, like, I got this. But he didn't whip it hard enough. I don't think that's all he got. And if it's all he's had, Teddy, I have to reevaluate his beliefs. Because it cost his team. You know, I'm glad they got it out the way early, though. Put their backs against the wall early. The defense has no man down. You know, so the defense is coming in this game with a different mindset. You know, like, look, we want to go to the Super Bowl. We're going to show with Super Bowl defense every game, every play, every snap. So they're paying attention to stats more in this game maybe than normal. The whole defense. Teddy Bridgewater kind of fucked it up for him because now it looks, you know, you're looking at halftime, third and fourth quarter, it almost looks like the defense, there would be a fault on the defense. Those 7 points on the board now. But it came from the offense. So they stopped paying attention to stats. The defense wanted to dominate in their stats early. Threw that out the window early. Connects with Ted Ginn Jr. Some guys on this Saints roster that need to be brought back to the possession. Some of these guys are not just thinking about next week and playing into the postseason. There's guys, and it's on the staff. It's not just on the players. There's guys in New Orleans that are thinking about next year. They're thinking about the draft. They're thinking about contracts coming up. They're thinking of all the shit. Super Bowls and all of this bullshit that is not relevant in the last week of the season. As far as the last week of this, as far as this game goes, none of that other shit is relevant. And they got to get their mind right. They got to get their mind right. Look at these stats one more time again. Players are about ready for the second half. The mic will not be on red once we get back onto the field. Newton's completed only 5 passes for 8. But when he connects, he's been successful in his connections. Bridgewater's got a lot of respect for this defense now. They have not been a pushover. But if his consistency grows, I mean, this before injuries, he had more than one injury. You know. But New Orleans was preparing. New Orleans has been doing a little bit here, a little bit there in preparation for the future. But it's starting sooner than anyone would like. Even Teddy, I think, would have rather Breeze go out on his own terms. Not an injury. Anything but an injury. But it's not we don't know. At this stage of Drew Brees' career, this could be the end. We'll have to see how it goes. Everybody. See where it goes. Because the Saints have to go in. Drew Brees. Sean Payton's telling this guys right now. We could win or we could lose this game, right? But I need y'all not to think that way because we're going into the postseason. We're locked in. There's no losing in the postseason. There's no losing in returning. It's not a tournament. It's not that kind of tournament. It's more like a March Madness tournament. You know how hard they coach them in the NCAA because it's getting them tournament ready. Little possessions and little plays in the beginning end up affecting the end game. You look at the whole thing again. You watch tape. We're in the second half now. We had whole half. But Peyton is making sure, getting it through his guys. And these guys got helmets on. Well, some of them got hard hands already. You got to get it through these thick-ass helmets, too. Shake them and rattle them up a little bit sometimes. That this is a playoff game. This is a practice. It's more than a practice, but it's a practice, but it's more than a practice. You go out there, think about that was a playoff game. This was the playoff game. If you lose this game, you're eliminated. We're going against a team that's not even, we're not even going to, we're going to come against harder teams in the postseason. And we're going to have to win. Or we're eliminated. You got to go into the second half playing this team like the playoffs has started already. The championship team needs to prove itself the whole way through. There's a difference between good and great and championship. Good player, great player, champion player, a champion, a team, a good team, a great team, a championship team. The Saints, throughout the year, they've been a good team all year long. At times, they've been a great team, and at other times, they show signs and flashes that maybe this is a championship team. But they cannot get that honor until the final tick of the season is over, and they are indeed the champions. Or we're wasting our time talking about them. If they're not the champions, whoever the champions are, that's who we should be talking about if we want to talk about champions and championships.
Touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On second down, McCaffrey. And now running right through it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Hit out a ton.
close there quickly at the end. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Cam's going to run the option right. And now he'll tuck it and run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They give it to Anderson. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
To throw on second down is Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace, Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Now Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. And Gano's kick is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Gibbs got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First down throw for Bridgewater. On target over the middle of the hill. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, You put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They go play action. Bridgewater being chased out left. Uses the spin. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. They'll look to run with Ingram. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be second and goal. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting this sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself, at this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. The Panthers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Now it's Ginn. Oh, look at the juke. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked. And they will wind up with the football and the possession. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you. In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Newton. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Saints will have the football back. Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Second down, Bridgewater. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10, Newton again. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. That pick is 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field. That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out
exactly.
there. Right? But the 9 picks
9 picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory. Which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass and want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all three incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1 yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coach would always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2 yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a third and long at the outset of this drive. The Panthers on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is third and 9. From the end zone, Newton punches, has it complete. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is third and 3. Newton throwing again. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Newton finding Funchess for the Panthers. Panther first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Newton. Throwing the out route and complete. It's right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Newton on 1st down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. Throwing again is Newton. That's caught. It's Thomas. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to run it in, going option right. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Back to throw. And that's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funchess hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime. Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all. Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish. You obviously don't have a flight to catch. Tomorrow. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And here's Lewis. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Bridgewater. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. A give. This is Kamara. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Bridgewater to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Mario Addison. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here's Bridgewater. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Bridgewater. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Again, it's Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. That good for 19 and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. He's back to throw. And he finds the man with a crossing route. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Saints, it'll be a 13th win on the year. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Carolina, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
We want back ends. Wipe my sins. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. Yeah. Wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't Want to bite down on you right now, on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you fraudulent. Waiting on the right for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it. Wear the white flag, they forfeiting it. Now I got a ring too gorgeous. Damn, I gotta treat it like gorgeous. It sound like on the scratches. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I think I see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Whip it, shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range if you block them all. Quarterback get it off. Duck, cool, slime, back coming through. Yeah, hit him with the spin of the Jew. Yeah, we gon' blow your block like a new. Yeah, and I spend a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block him. We some animal, yeah, we some goblin. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossibly. Red zone, this my highlight, my property. Do a quarterback, niggas on 4th and 3. Get the ends on the offensive block for me.
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Champion. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Yeah.
I just hate the ball and I look for the open man. The zone, I'm trying to get in. Open the play with the book of the champion. Get flipped if you trying to get in. I got the front defense, they got the end. Going for long on 1st and the 10. Gotta go hard, we gotta get all. No loss or excuses, cause we gotta win. They say they sleep, must not be a fan. Get at your mans and mess up your plans. Look at your stands and look at your hands. I do what I want and you do what you can. I do it for fans, you do it for fame. EA Sports, we in the game. EA. I am the coach and the player of the game. They gon' remember the name.
We want back ends. Wipe my sins. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Champion. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Yeah.